Here in New Hampshire, the commitment to transforming lives through medicine has never been stronger or better illustrated. Today, as we hear the stories of some of our top doctors, we honor all the doctors in New Hampshire who have worked so tirelessly, not just to patch up their patients, but to make them whole.
Hello.
Hi.
In 2020, the most challenging aspect of care has been the rapid change we had to make because of COVID-19. We initially closed down the offices, and within a week or two, we're able to start telehealth.
Thank you for calling Concord Hospital Internal Medicine. This is Candy. How can I help you? Okay, we can set up an appointment for that. Let me take a look at the schedule for you.
The other hard part was the fear that workers had about their risk of getting infected and ended up sick in the ICU. But the changes that were made everybody feel safe.
I had lived through the AIDS epidemic, not the pandemic. It was never a pandemic. And the hardest part for me as an oncologist was the fact that when people were dying, whether they were dying of COVID or dying of cancer or some end-stage disease, they could not have their family members with them. We can control pain, we can control depression, we can control anxiety, shortness of breath, but the sense of loneliness and aloneness is what I think worried me the most about this pandemic. Because no matter what you did, how many tablets you gave them, it wasn't enough. You really needed somebody to hold the hand. So I think the nursing staff did a remarkable job.
Becoming a patient. You have constant fears and doubts. As a physician, you know protocol. There's the operation, and then the next few weeks you do this, and the month after that you do that, and it should all be evident. But from the patient perspective, you have all sorts of doubts and possible complications, and even if you know what's going to happen, those doubts come up. Going to go up a little bit.
Tell me about how your parents are doing.
Oh, my mom's good.
One of the wonderful things about doing primary care is the close connections you get with people and really getting to know them and their families.
They think if they clash that they can't have that.
If you could just order some more time for people, that's the hardest thing to do is know that you can do everything you can do, but sometimes it's not enough.
There's one patient who asked me if she could pray for me. I told her, you can pray for my son. He was 7 at the time, and he was going through some difficult times, and we were actually quite worried. 4 years later, I get a phone call from one of our technologists in CT, and she says, we have a patient on the table, and she's asking me if I can ask Dr. Vandermeer if she should continue to pray for his son. So that's faithfulness.
It looks like some of the results are somewhat elevated. We strive to see people quickly. We want to give people the best care, but there seem to be so many obstacles to getting patients what they need and what they want.
The simple question, have I done enough? Could I have done more?
I dedicated my life to the science of medicine. And we know that the most advanced diagnostic testing in medicine is based on scientific data. And we know that the best treatments are figured out through rigorous research. It is painful to see that you now have politicians that you trust not just doubt clinical research, but discredit it.
What gives me hope for the future is seeing the great young people going into medicine, whether it be physicians, nurses, medical assistants, and particularly for me, seeing young women going into leadership.
Well, what gives me hope is that we've seen initiatives in the community where people started making masks. We actually had one of our nurses, your readers may know this, Heidi Kukla. She started manufacturing hospital gowns, reusable hospital gowns, by the thousands in a makeshift shop in downtown Manchester. So, that kind of stuff is really impressive. It's the stuff made for movies, and that does give you hope.
I have every faith in the scientific community that they'll find out a solution for COVID-19, and we will have a vaccine, we'll have better methods of treatment, and hopefully it will become a thing of the past. And hopefully this will give us a handbook on what to do the next time, so we are not suffering so much.
While the pandemic has been unprecedented, the commitment these New Hampshire top doctors have made has been astonishing. On behalf of Cigna Healthcare and all of the people of New Hampshire, thank you, top doctors, for your care, your compassion, and your commitment to making New Hampshire a healthy and safe place for everyone.